Bills Mafia, what's going on? The Bills absolutely dominated the Super Bowl champs 31-10 in their home stadium. I know it's week one, so obviously we're not going to crown ourselves champions yet. Got to be realistic. But week one, you're always nervous. Are you going to come out flat? Are you going to come out mid-season form? Are you going to come out how you should? Are you going to come out shaky? There was a little mix of shakiness, but overall, we just looked offensively, defensively. We looked like a well-oiled machine, minus a few things here and there that we'll talk about. But wow, I mean, after last year's week one, can't lie, I was a little bit nervous. I was like, last year we were a pretty good football team, and we came out against the Pittsburgh Steelers and played like dog crap. You're playing against the Super Bowl champs. Like you got to bring your everything. And we played up and we did. And it's just, wow, I'm still, what a win. What a win. Like that's a really good football team. Rams got a top 5 defense, and their offense, it'll come together, but that's a top unit right there. And we were moving the ball effortlessly. But I'm going to do something different with the post-game shows this year. I'm going to do dislikes and likes, and then I'm going to go into some stat lines and then have a good conversation. So number one on the list of dislikes, turnovers. Oh, my gosh. 2 interceptions for Josh. One of them should have been caught. It's still an interception. It's still an interception. But, Mackenzie, you can't catch a 100-mile-per-hour fastball off your chest. You got to use your hands. So there was that one. James Cook, I'm sorry. Your first carry of the NFL was a fumble. You're going to get more opportunities. We have a lot of faith in you. Can't be fumbling a game like this, giving them good field position. Zach Moss, you know better. You were benched in the 49ers game when you fumbled the first time, and you fumbled again. Again, we were up by a lot at that point, but you got to play better than that. You got to hold on to the football, especially if you're a running back. Especially if you're a running back. And then ill-advised throw by Allen. Great play by the defensive back, cutting that route, picking the ball off. Number 2, flags. Shooting ourselves in the foot with little penalties, false starts, taunting, holding. We got I know it's week one, so I expected it just a little bit, but not as many as I thought. But we can't be committing too many penalties. It just kills drives, and it just helps the other team out. Lastly, up 21, and Josh Allen's running the ball. I mean, he does amazing things with his legs. He absolutely stiff-armed the heck out of that. I don't even know who that was, but I feel bad for him. He's going to be a meme. He should have just stayed out. He should have just walked to the bench and not went back on the field. But up 21 points, and he's wanting to run the ball. I don't know if it was designed or if he did it on his own doing. But if you're up 21 points, Josh, we love you. You're our franchise. We want you to have as long of a career as possible. So as much as we love you running the ball, you just got to be smart about it. And then also you could say, Ed Oliver getting injured. Nobody likes to see that. It's a dislike for sure. Hopefully he's okay. He did come back into the game and then quickly exited the game. But overall, those are the dislikes. Some of the dislikes. Now we're going to the likes. I said from the pregame show, pressure. The D-line, man, they blew expectations out the door. They did absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal as a whole unit. And when Ed Oliver was out, our man Jordan Phillips stepped up. Tim Settle stepped up. Daquan Jones stepped up. Boogie Basham stepped up. Everybody stepped up and made plays on that defensive line. And it was absolutely incredible. We'll talk more about the defensive line later. Offensive line, the new and improved offensive line with Roger Saffold. And I did think Quisenberry was going to start at right tackle. Brown didn't do terrible, but I was just worried about he just had a major back surgery. He missed the entirety of the preseason. So I was a little bit nervous about that. But the whole line as a unit did absolutely exceptional. Aaron Donald got the best of him on that sack. Only had 2 pressures though, and in about 31 pass rushing snaps. So that's for a guy like his caliber, he's the best player in the league. So holding only 2 quarterback pressures and a sack is phenomenal. The offensive line worked their ass off, and they really proved it. The receivers, Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, Isaiah McKenzie had a couple nice catches and a touchdown. Jameson Crowder showed up. Not McKenzie. Motor stepped up and had a couple catches. Moss had a couple catches. Everybody was getting the love, and they all played exceptional as a unit as well. And then last but not least for the likes, Ken Dorsey. His first game as offensive coordinator, he had a lot of question marks, rightfully so. However, again, I wasn't so worried because he's been a quarterback's coach of this team for 3 years. He knows these guys. He knows Josh Allen. Josh Allen actually handpicked Ken Dorsey to be the offensive coordinator. So that's why I wasn't worried. It's not a typical you losing one guy, you're getting a new guy, so it's going to be different. There should still be a little bit of growing pains, but as far as connection, they got the connection, they got the continuity, they got all that good stuff with Ken Dorsey. So we were all very excited, Bills Mafia, about having Ken Dorsey be the offensive coordinator. We actually showed we can run the football too. We actually run the football very well. But again, we'll talk about that too when we get to the stat line. So those are the likes and dislikes. I like adding that section in the beginning, and then we can talk about the stat lines at the end. Let me know your likes and dislikes in the comment section. Rams fans, you can do your likes and dislikes as well for your team. But offensively, Josh Allen, 84% completion, 26 for 31, 297 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns. He also was 10 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown in the rushing game. That's just insane. 2 picks, 112 rating. So I guess you can't get much better than that, man. He led his team. We had 3 turnovers at the half, and they didn't let that bother them, and they just continued to pound the ball. Nick Wright opened his mouth, spewing out garbage again, trying to take credit away from Josh Allen. And then ever since that tweet he made, he came out and balled even more than he already was. So 26 for 31, 10 for 56, 4 total touchdowns, 112 rating, 2 picks. Gotta love it. Devin Singletary, 8 for 48, long of 13. This guy, he a lot of people don't know about these guys that we got, like Devin Singletary, but he runs hard, man. He's got quick bursts. He's a little guy, and he fucking carries people on his back. Takes 4 or 5 people to get him down. Bobby Wagner couldn't even tackle him properly. This guy's got heart, and he's got speed, he's got strength, he's got tenacity. I love Motor, and he's going to be a great part of our season this year. Diggs, 8 for 122 and a touchdown. He absolutely smoked Jalen Ramsey, and they were mouthing each other the whole game. And I was a little bit surprised. I know they played a lot of zone, but not seeing Ramsey on Diggs almost every time because a reason. And I bring it up just because it's fine to play zone, but I remember years ago, 2 years ago, like D-Hop and Ramsey were talking about who the top corners are, and they specifically said Trey White is not a top corner because he doesn't travel and because he plays zone. Now, Jalen Ramsey is in his own defense, but we still got to recognize him as the best corner in the league, and when he gets burnt, every chance he gets. So that's all I got to say. I mean, if Trey White isn't a top corner because he plays in his own defense and thrives, and you're in his own defense and you get cooked, where are we going to put you now? But anyway, I digress. McKenzie got a touchdown, 2 catches. Crowder, 3 for 28. Nice to see him out there. This was something I really love to see. 9 for 10 on third down conversions. That's huge. That's absolutely astonishing. It blows my mind to see that number, 90% on third downs. That's going to win you some football games. That's definitely going to win you some football games. Gabe Davis, 4 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown. I just love watching Gabe Davis play. And speaking of Gabe Davis, and we'll bring Ken Dorsey back into this because that was a phenomenal, beautiful first drive because first drive is always scripted. And they had Ramsey and I think it was Williams, their linebacker, absolutely baffled on that Gabe Davis touchdown. Perfect opportunity, third down and short. Looks like Allen's going to roll out. Gabe Davis throws a block, peels off, wide open. They bit hard as heck, touchdown. It was such a beautiful, beautiful drawn-up play. Absolute genius. And then we go to the defense. Man, this number 1 defense looked just like that. Absolute 7 sacks, 3 interceptions, and only 10 points allowed. If you had them in fantasy and just being a Bills fan watching them, so many amazing plays. I think everyone on the defensive line made a massive play. Epinesa, sack and a half. Jordan Phillips back on the Bills, sack and a half. Love to see the big man out there doing his thing. Von Miller, welcome back to LA, 2 sacks. I was told that you were only good last year because you had AD next to you. So, I mean, you bring Von Miller here, 2 sacks, 7 sacks for the first game. Looks like he's a little bit something special. Boogie Basham, interception to himself, tipped it, interception, and a sack. He ran Stafford down. It was a beautiful play. Jordan Poyer, interception. Groot, sack. Dane Jackson, interception. Great play. Edmonds, 10 tackles. Milano, 7 tackles. Edmonds had a pretty good game. He had a couple of Edmonds plays, but there was a lot of times where he was very fierce rushing to the ball carrier, and he lit some good hits on everyone. Matt Milano had a good hit on Cam Akers on a 3rd and short, stopped him. You could hear that from it sounded like thunder. It was great. It was wonderful to see. But overall, guys, what a 180 from last year. Getting beat by the Steelers in a game at home where we should have won by 20 plus. You play the Super Bowl champs, who are a top team in this league, and go to their home stadium while they are lowering their Super Bowl banner, and you go out there and you whoop them by 21 points. That's outstanding. And again, I know it's week 1. The Super Bowl isn't done, but when you look at week 1, one game at a time, that was a perfect game as far as, this going out there and playing great football. Again, it's not perfect in the sense of got a lot of flags, 4 turnovers. That's not perfect. But what I mean to say about perfect is, what more could you have asked for a week 1 playing against a solid team? You're going to have penalties. You're going to have aches and pains, maybe some turnovers. That's all fixable things. So luckily the defense showed out when we had turnovers, and we were able to stay into the game and then crawl away and take a big lead. But I'm going to say defensively, Von Miller, you're getting MVP for the defense today. And then I'm going to say Stephon, because I'm going to try not to say Josh Allen for offense, because he's always our MVP. But I'm going to say Stephon Diggs. And then you know what? We'll throw the O-line in there as an honorable mention MVP of the day. So 31-10, guys. Week 1 is officially started. It seems insane to me. Like, fall's about to start. Halloween's about to get fall season. Halloween, leaves, coffees. All the people I don't like coffee. Halloween, trick-or-treating, decorations, all this amazing stuff in the fall. And above all else, football's here. So that's it for me. 31-10. Put in the comments what you thought your MVPs were, offense and defense, your likes and dislikes. And then we'll see you at the next post-game show for the Titans on Monday night in Buffalo Bills County. Let's do it. Bills Country, Bills County. Everything's Bills, baby. There it is. I got to fill up this flag with more names. So if anyone wants to do a signing or knows about a signing, let me know. I'll be there. Until next time, guys, go Bills.